high volatility in Inpixon stock price on Friday, which ended trading at $1.60, updated on February 5, 2021. Buy or hold candidate since January 5, 2021 gained 48.15% PDF. The Inpixon stock price fell by minus 4.19% on the last day, Friday, February 5, 2021, from $1.67 to $1.60. During the day, the stock fluctuated 23.33% from a day low at $1.50 to a day high of $1.85. The price has fallen in 6 of the last 10 days and is down by minus 1.23% for this period. Volume has increased on the last day by 16 million shares but on falling prices. This may be an early warning and the risk will be increased slightly over the next couple of days. In total, 34 million shares were bought and sold for approximately $54.15 million. The stock lies in the upper part of a very wide and strong rising trend in the short term, and this may normally pose a very good selling opportunity for the short-term trader as reaction back towards the lower part of the trend can be expected. A breakup at the top trend line at $1.68 will firstly indicate a stronger rate of rising. Given the current short-term trend, the stock is expected to rise 36.67% during the next 3 months and, with a 90% probability, hold a price between $1.64 and $2.29 at the end of this 3-month period. Signals and forecast. There are mixed signals in the stock today. A sell signal was issued from a pivot top point on Thursday, February 4, 2021, and so far it has fallen minus 4.19%. Further fall is indicated until a new bottom pivot has been found. Furthermore, there is currently a sell signal from the 3 months moving average convergence divergence MACD. Volume rose on falling prices yesterday. This may be an early warning and the stock should be followed more closely. The Inpixon stock holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, giving a positive forecast for the stock. Also, there is a general buy signal from the relation between the two signals where the short-term average is above the long-term average. On corrections down, there will be some support from the lines at $1.46 and $1.23. A breakdown below any of these levels will issue sell signals. Support, risk and stop loss. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $1.45 and $1.38. There is natural risk involved when a stock is testing a support level, since if this is broken, the stock then may fall to the next support level. In this case, Inpixon finds support just below today's level at $1.45. If this is broken, then the next support from accumulated volume will be at $1.38 and $1.28. $1.45, $1.60, $1.61. This stock may move very much during a day volatility and with a very large prediction interval from the Bollinger Band. This stock is considered to be very high risk. During the last day, the stock moved 35 cents between high and low, or 23.33%. For the last week, the stock has had a daily average volatility of 13.57%. Our recommended stop loss, $1.53 minus 4.33%. This stock has very high daily movements and this gives very high risk. There is a sell signal from a pivot top found 1 day ago. Is Inpixon stock a buy? Inpixon holds several positive signals, but we still don't find these to be enough for a buy candidate. At the current level, it should be considered as a hold candidate. Hold or accumulate in this position whilst awaiting further development. Due to some small weaknesses in the technical picture, we have downgraded our analysis conclusion for this stock since the last evaluation from a strong buy candidate to a hold accumulate candidate. Current score, 0.619. Predicted opening price for Inpixon of Monday, February 8, 2021. The predicted opening price is based on yesterday's movements between high, low, and the closing price. Fair opening price February 8, 2021. The predicted opening price is based on yesterday's movements between high, low, and the closing price. Fair opening price February 8, 2021. Current price $1.65. $1.60 undervalued. INPX is overvalued compared to its price of $1.60 per share, has well below average safety, and is currently rated a hold. Recommendation: Rec Hold. REC reflects the cumulative effect of all the VectorVest parameters working together. These parameters are designed to help investors buy safe, undervalued stocks rising in price. Value: current price, $1.60. Current value, 81 cents. INPX has a current value of 81 cents per share. Compared to a price of $1.60 per share, the stock is currently overvalued. Value is computed from forecasted earnings per share, forecasted earnings growth, profitability, interest, and inflation rates. Upside potential: relative value RV. Poor RV is an indicator of long-term price appreciation potential. INPX has an RV of 0.57, which is poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. This indicator is far superior to a simple comparison of price and value because it is computed from an analysis of projected price appreciation 3 years out, AAA corporate bond rates, and risk. Safety: relative safety RS. Very poor RS is an indicator of risk. INPX has an RS rating of 0.32, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RS is computed from an analysis of the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance, debt-to-equity ratio, sales volume, business longevity, price volatility, and other factors. Timing: relative timing RT. Very good RT analyzes a stock's price trend. INPX has a relative timing of 1.32, which is very good on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RT is computed from an analysis of the direction, magnitude, and dynamics of a stock's price movements day over day, week over week, quarter over quarter, and year over year. If a trend dissipates, RT will gravitate toward 1.00. Overall rating: value, safety, timing, VST. Fair VST is the master indicator for ranking every stock in the VectorVest database. INPX has a VST rating of 0.89, which is fair on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. VST is computed from the square root of a weighted sum of the squares of RV, RS, and RT. Stocks with the highest VST ratings have the best combinations of value, safety, and timing. STOP: stop price. Stop price, $1.27. Stop is an indicator of when to sell a position. INPX has a stop of $1.27 per share. A stock's stop is computed from a 13-week moving average of its closing prices, and is fine-tuned according to the stock's fundamentals. CI Comfort Index. Very poor CI is an indicator which reflects a stock's ability to resist severe and/or lengthy price declines. INPX has a CI rating of 0.24, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. CI is based solely upon a stock's long-term price history. GRT earnings growth rate. GRT reflects a company's 1 to 3 year forecasted earnings growth rate in percent per year. INPX has a forecasted earnings growth rate of -7.00%, which VectorVest considers to be very poor. EPS, earnings per share. EPS stands for leading 12 months earnings per share. INPX has a forecasted EPS of $-6.12 per share. VectorVest determines this forecast from a combination of recent earnings performance and traditional fiscal and/or calendar year earnings forecasts. PE, price to earnings ratio. PE shows the dollars required to buy $1 of earnings. INPX has a PE of -0.26. The average PE of all the stocks in the VectorVest database is 67.97. EY, earnings yield. EY reflects earnings per share as a percent of price. INPX has an EY of -382.50%. This is below the current average of 1.47% for all the stocks in the VectorVest database. GPE, growth to PE ratio. INPX has a GPE rating of -26.78. A stock is commonly considered to be undervalued when GPE is greater than 1.00. Dividend VectorVest reports annual, regular, cash dividends as indicated by the most recent payments. Special distributions, one-time payments, stock dividends, etc., are not generally included in DIV. INPX does not pay a dividend. DY dividend yield DY reflects dividend per share as a percent of price. INPX does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend yield rating. DY equals 100x DIV price. It is useful to compare DY with EY. If DY is not significantly lower than EY, the dividend payment may be in jeopardy. DS dividend safety DS is an indicator of the assurance that regular cash dividends will be declared and paid at current or at higher rates for the foreseeable future. INPX does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend safety rating. Stocks with DS values above 75 typically have RS values well above 1.00 and EY levels that are much higher than DYDG dividend growth rate. Dividend growth is a forecasted annual growth rate of a company's dividend based on historical dividend payments and dividend predictability. It is a subtle yet important indicator of a company's financial performance. It also provides some insight into the board's outlook on the company's ability to increase earnings. INPX does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend growth rating. YSG Vector YSG is an indicator which combines DY, DS and DG into a single value, and allows direct comparison of all dividend-paying stocks in the database. INPX does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a YSG rating. Stocks with the highest YSG values have the best combinations of dividend yield, safety and growth. These are the stocks to buy for somewhat above current income and long-term growth. AVGVOL. AVGVOL is the 50-day moving average of daily volume as computed by VectorVest. INPX has an AVGVOL of 4,824,536 shares traded per day. Percent vol reflects the percent change in today's trading volume as compared to the AVGVOL. Percent vol equals volume. AVGVOL/AVGVOL 100. INPX had a percent vol of 601.43% on Friday, February 5, 2021. PRC, INPX price changed minus 4.19% from the prior day's closing price. Sales, INPX has annual sales of 7 million. Sales growth is the sales growth rate in percent over the last 12 months. INPX has a sales growth of 66.00% per year. This is excellent. Sales per share SPS INPX has annual sales of 14 cents per share. Price to sales ratio